guys? Welcome to episode 3 of Rusty and Billy's Wrestling Adventure. Glad to have you guys here. Appreciate everybody that kind of withstood the technical difficulties of episode 2 last week. We had we're figuring it all out. That's all I can say. Like when we say we're figuring it out, that's no exaggeration. But thank God I've got a couple of buddies that I was able to call on. I think we're gonna have a much smoother process this week. But for those that didn't see episode 2, I'm Rusty.
I, of course, am Billy by default since he's Rusty. I'm Billy. That's how that works.
We're excited to have you guys here. Appreciate you guys being patient with us and just being along for the ride, man. We're having fun doing it, which is what it's all about. We love talking wrestling. So um, we're just going to kind of jump in today, man. We've got a few things to talk about. It's been a pretty eventful week as far as NXT, SmackDown, and Raw. Um, NXT, we kind of touched on it as we were recording last week. Oba Femi with his match, his NXT title match, and
Yep,
we had kind of said, well, he's about to come up to the main roster. Wonder what's going to happen. And Tuesday night that was answered.
sure was. I really wanted Leon Slater to win the NXT title because it's unprecedented for literally an outsider, someone that works for another company, even though a partnership or not, to win a WWE championship. In this day and age, it just does not happen. Well, without said partnership. But nonetheless, it was possible. It was highly possible, as a matter of fact. It just didn't happen. Oba Femi retained. And then, we knew he's going to go to either Raw or SmackDown. We've seen the vignettes in recent weeks, but didn't know if he was going to bring the NXT title with him. We've seen superstars in the past do that, but then they would quickly lose it or be forced to relinquish it. He just um, they cut to backstage to the Evolve talent, and they cut back to the ring, and Oba is gone, and the NXT Championship remained with Tony D'Angelo staring down the title off in the background in the crowd. Don't know if everybody saw that or not, but yeah, Oba Femi in that moment relinquished the NXT Championship. We don't know if he's going to be on Raw or SmackDown, um, but I was shocked enough anyway to see it happen like that. Um, and I mean, speaking of NXT, just as a whole, the landscape of NXT right now is changing dramatically. A lot of that top level talent that they've had on that brand the last year or two, they moved on to Raw or SmackDown since the turn of the new year here. We got Trick Williams on SmackDown, Lash Legend on SmackDown. Jordan Grace just got signed to SmackDown this past Friday night. We got Javon Evans signed to Raw last week, which was a YouTube digital exclusive, which should have been on Raw on Netflix. Why it wasn't, I don't know. The dude has it. Nonetheless, Javon Evans is on Raw now. Um, I feel like there's somebody else I'm not remembering right now, just off the top of my head.
Well, you mentioned Trick Williams, and I'm not trying to get away from Olafemi too soon, but I do want to just kind of throw this out there that his work with Randy Orton the past couple weeks has been awesome.
Yes,
I have enjoyed it. Um, I mean, he's going toe to toe on the mic with the Viper, man, and it's been entertaining. Like it has been fun, and just from the outside looking in, it looks like Randy's having fun.
yeah,
Like he looks like he's enjoying it. And I've never been a Randy Orton guy. I always just hated him over the. I know I'm a hater, but I got haterade in my Rusty and Billy's Wrestling Adventure Cup today.
I have a certain beverage that I'm not sure we can say the copyrighted name of, so I'm just gonna call it cola.
But I've got to say the Randy Orton that we're seeing right now, I have enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed him and Trick going back and forth. But with Trick going to SmackDown, with Jordan Grace going to SmackDown, and with Lash Legend going to SmackDown, I feel like with Javion being the only one that went to Raw, I feel like that's probably where Oba's headed to. Um, but what do you do with him, man? What do you do with him? Because a guy like him, man, he's a powerhouse. I can't see him in the mid card scene. I
Absolutely
just
not.
can't, especially
Yep.
after the show he put on with Cody at Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
Like how do you move them to either one and put them in the mid card?
Well, it doesn't matter what brand he's on. He's going to be who he is.
Right.
If he's on Raw, he's going to be Oba Femi, and he's going to be the ruler, and he's going to be dominant. If he's on SmackDown, he's going to be Oba Femi. He's going to be the ruler, and he's going to be dominant, same as he was on NXT. The second we saw Oba Femi, he was a star.
Mm-hmm.
A star was made, and he hasn't looked back or slowed down ever since. So it doesn't matter where he winds up. He's going to be awesome, and he's going to find. He's going to. He's just going to keep at it. Um, Speaking of Lash Legend, do we want to talk about the women's tag team scene right now?
And
Women's
let's
tag
let's
team
get into
titles, real
that
quick.
because that to me is a division that since they created the women's tag division, it just seemed like it was kind of I don't know, just like half-hearted effort put into it. But lately, it feels like they've really made it a focus.
Well, we've had a few teams since the inception. I mean, you had Sasha and Bailey, the inaugural tag team champions. You had just kind of a smattering of teams, kind of here and there since what year was that? 20, I want to say 18 or 19 when those tag team championships came about. So, um, yeah, right now we have, I counted just kind of roughly in my head right now, we've got the champions Rhea and Io. We have the Judgment Day, Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. We have Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. We have the former champions, the Kabuki Warriors. I'm trying to do four, but my fingers won't work. We have the Kabuki Warriors. We have Nia Jax and Lash Legend. That's five teams. There's a sixth team that I'm forgetting. Oh my gosh, how could
Charlotte,
I forget
Alexa.
Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss? I didn't forget them. It just took me a second. Six teams. That's 12 women vying for the tag team titles. Well, 10 technically because two of the champions, but there's 12 women involved in this whole scene. You get what I'm saying? Six teams. It's never been like this, ever. And it is wonderful to see. I'm going to make a pitch right here. Okay, this is going to kind of be my thing going forward. I have always had ideas all my life about this stuff, and I've even pitched them in writing to WWE before, especially when I was a kid. I'd write letters to the headquarters. I'll tell stories like that sometime, but I'm going to make a pitch right now. If we can keep this momentum going between now and WrestleMania, and WrestleMania seems kind of a far way off for this, but I'm going to pitch it anyway. Um, Barring any unforeseen calamities, injuries, partners turning on each other, anything like that, let's have another women's first. Let's have a women's TLC match for the tag team titles at WrestleMania.
I like it. I like it.
Hadn't been
That
done.
would be
We've had women's TLC action, not like this before though.
uh,
Not like this. We've had women's elimination chamber matches, women's ladder matches, women's table matches, women's I said ladder matches, but Money in the Bank, obviously the Royal Rumble, Hell in a Cell. What's another? We've had a women's casket match on NXT as well. So what's another WWE staple specialty match that the women haven't had at least a memorable uh chance to have? I think it would be pretty dope to have a TLC match for the women's tag team titles at WrestleMania. If we can keep this going until then, I'd love to see it.
well, and it would make sense if they keep doing what they're doing with all these teams kind of vying at the same time because it's not like you've just got this team feuding with this team like they're all kind of meshed into this feud right now. I think what was it of they had the match the other night. um who was it? It was Lord, how am I going blank? It was the Judgment Day.
Is it Raw last night?
Yes.
So it was Judgment Day, Liv and Roxanne, and it was the Kabuki Warriors and Bailey and Lyra
Bailey and Lyra,
Valkyria.
that's the one I was
I
thinking
remember something, folks. Unlike last week when I misspoke and it was Trick against Ray Phoenix, not Sami Zayn. I had forgotten all about Nick Aldis putting the match with Trick and Ray Phoenix together. Nonetheless, continue.
but but you've got them all kind of vying, competing with each other. It's not just it looked like for a minute it was just going to be Charlotte and Alexa feuding with Nia and Lash, but now Nia and Lash are kind of inserting themselves everywhere, which I like, typical heel behavior. They're putting themselves in the middle of all of it. I love the work with the Kabuki Warriors right now. They're entertaining, man. They are entertaining. I, Kyrie's character cracks me up, man. Like, I don't know. I never really cared for her, but over the last year, I've really grown to love her character, whether whether she's heel or face. Like, I think she plays the part really well. Asuka's amazing, you know, in the ring.
Hall of
She's
Famer.
Yeah, hands down. She's fantastic to watch. Those two, their chemistry together in the ring, it's so much fun to watch. But I thought the match last night was great. I really wasn't sure how Liv and Roxanne would be because before Liv left to film that movie, you kind of thought that they were gonna butt heads a little
Looked
bit
like it.
in the Judgment Day.
Mhm.
Excuse me. But when she came back, now they're paired up nicely, and they seem to work well together in the ring.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
I feel like, excuse me, the women's tag division is stronger than it's ever been, and I think working towards WrestleMania, that would be freaking awesome.
It would, and and I know that's a lot of teams to be in a TLC match, male or female. There's never been that high a number of teams in a TLC match ever. I know that. 12 superstars in one TLC match is a lot. However, I feel like in this kind of a situation, it's pretty warranted. Um, Maybe between now and then, even though I said, barring any unforeseen calamities, maybe one of those teams, a partner turns on the other. Maybe we have four teams left out of the six by then. Who knows? But I still think it's a phenomenal idea and one I would like to see. And who knows? Maybe someone else um, in creative or gorilla or both is thinking the same thing I am.
And I mean, the women have proven they can hold their own. You know, the
Oftentimes better than the men, quite frankly. And it's
absolutely,
great to see.
absolutely, the all the women's Royal Rumbles have been great. The women's Evolution pay-per-views or premium live events, whatever they
Yep.
call them these days, excuse me, have been great. The women just put on a great show,
Yes.
which is crazy because if you if you think back to how the women's division just was basically comedic relief or just kind of a strip,
It wasn't even comedic
but
relief. It was
strippers, you know what I'm saying? Like,
a different time and a different
it was.
attitude towards it.
I
No
mean,
no pun
even
intended, but pun intended.
even with the divas, like the divas championship, like it just, I don't know, man. It was just wasn't anything you could really take serious, and now it's legit.
Well, there wasn't any depth hardly. At
No,
least not like
no.
today. They weren't able to have probably more than six women in one match because there weren't that many women around to have that kind of a match with. Now, there's some women not going to make the Royal Rumble because there's only 30 spots, and that's just all.
Yeah.
That's a great problem to have. It is phenomenal to see, and has been great to see over recent years. Um, yeah, there's never been, and gosh, it's been going, gosh, 10 years ago in NXT. The Four Horsewomen began this whole thing. Um, I mean, really, if you want to kind of go back a little bit before that, when the Bellas had, what was it, a 3-minute match on Raw, and the internet just became furious. Hashtag give divas a chance, and made the company notice. So then we saw an influx of talent from NXT, and we've just had that influx from all over the world ever since.
I'm
And
I'm just glad that somebody in corporate or wherever kind of heard the voice of the people saying give them a chance, and really did. They took a shot on them. They took a shot on the right ones too. That's the thing is when you take a chance like that, you got to make sure you're picking the right ones to get behind. And I feel like they hit a home run with all of them. If you look at where Becky is now, where Charlotte is now,
yeah,
Sasha, even though she's Mercedes Monet in another company, you know what I'm saying? Like
right.
they still they picked the right ones. Those ladies thrived, and it's been great to watch.
You can't take history away from history makers. You
No.
just can't. Um, they've only built upon it. So, and there's no slowing down. So it's great to see. So hopefully that gets made. Um, that's just something I would like to see. So that's a pitch I just made. I'm gonna make another quick pitch, just a quick one. I'm just gonna float this out there. What if we? I know they did this once upon a time, like in the blink of an eye. So all the women's titles, can we drop women's from them? Can we just like say like Jade Cargill is the WWE champion? that sounds a lot bigger and a lot more of what it is or what it should be to me. It's understood there are men's and women's titles. We know that.
Because you don't say men's WWE champion.
Exactly. That's my point. Let's just call them WWE championships. WWE champion, the world champion, the intercontinental champion, or drop the women's from them.
You think about boxing, like, WBC and all that. If I'm not mistaken, they don't say the WBC women's champ. They just, when it's the woman, they say WBC champion.
I couldn't tell you, but
So I mean, I don't hear of anyone else that says, or just take the Olympics, since the Winter Olympics are coming up. You don't say women's gold medalists. You just say gold medalists.
that's right.
You know, that's it.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying.
I'm with you on that. Just call them tag team champs, United States champ, Intercontinental champ,
Yeah,
WWE champ. Call it what it is. We know they're women. That's fine.
it doesn't matter, men or women.
Yeah.
It makes them and the championships they hold seem like the big, grandiose superstars, champions that they are and that they should be, like perception wise,
Right.
just like the men. So that's just a little idea I would kind of throw out there as well. So I know we did that for like a week or so, like years ago, and I liked it. And then they went right
Yeah.
back to it. It was based off of Becky tweet.
Now you said
So
something just a little while ago when you were pitching the TLC match for the ladies. You said, barring injury or one team turning, internally turning on each other.
yep,
And I don't really see it happening except for one team that I feel like there's a heel turn needed, and that would be Charlotte and Alexa.
yeah, I'm right
And I
there.
think
I'm right there with
Alexa
you.
needs to be the heel.
I don't think there needs to be a heel turn, but I'm afraid if there's going to be some turning in any of those teams, it's Charlotte and Alexa.
I Alexa as a heel, she just did her best work, man. I loved it. I loved it. I wish that they would decide if she's gonna be still this extension of Bray and Sister Abigail and all that. Because my thought when she came back was she's gonna get intertwined with the Wyatt family. The Wyatt Six.
Kind of what I thought too.
And she came out with that her music, that kind of had that dark undertone, like when she was coming out with Bray, and the clothes she wears still resemble that, but there's
And
never
Lily,
been
the doll Lily.
the doll Lily, yeah. And her and Nikki Cross have history.
Yep.
So I thought, man, that's a perfect storyline there. And they never went that direction. And you don't see Nikki Cross doing anything solo wise right now, which I'm baffled. I don't understand. I love her in ring work, even though they made a mockery of her with whatever her character was there for a while. But she endured it. She was great. She's great in the ring. I enjoy her. She I'd like to see her doing something, and I thought, well, maybe when Alexa comes back, they're gonna do something there, and there just hasn't been anything. And so I wish they would decide, are we gonna have more of the old Alexa, or are we gonna do this dark, mysterious? Because right now it's kind of a mix, and I feel like it's character confusion for me.
Maybe they're going to do that. They haven't pulled the trigger on it just yet. Maybe they're saving that for
Yeah,
after WrestleMania.
maybe
Maybe they're
so.
going to do the Charlotte Alexa thing first. If it happens, I don't
Yeah,
know. Um, there could also be like an amicable split where maybe there's a draft and Bliss winds up over here, Charlotte winds up over here,
right.
and then that tag team comes to an end. And maybe that's a thing that kind of kick starts some more interest and some more airtime, some more things going on with the White Six when and or if it ever does happen. Um,
And I feel like what they did with Alexa and Charlotte worked because I felt like everyone had lost interest in Charlotte. Like I feel like everyone was just kind of burned out of the same old queen, same old stuff, and then they started doing the little backstage things with her and Alexa, and it's like this could be interesting.
yeah, well,
We're not friends, like,
we're not friends. We're allies of convenience.
but then you saw them, succeeding and getting closer and, coming out doing the little heart thing. And I don't know, man, it worked. And now you've got people cheering for Charlotte. And I honestly, I didn't know if that would ever happen.
Who would have known?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Charlotte was hated and loved to be hated
Yeah.
for no reason, frankly, by the
Yeah.
WWE universe. Um, well, at that point, we'd seen Charlotte literally do everything multiple times over. Charlotte is a multiple time world champion. I mean, gosh, was it four? Is it 14
I think
times
so, yeah.
that she's been a world champion? Multiple time tag team champion. Didn't have the women's U.S. or Intercontinental titles until this last year. Um, so Charlotte hasn't had a chance at those yet. But Charlotte's won the Royal Rumble.
And
Charlotte
everybody
Flair has
hated
always
her
been
winning that last one she won.
Charlotte Flair has always been Charlotte Flair. I mean, she's arguably the greatest of all time. Arguably, you could throw Trish Stratus's name in that conversation. Um, you could throw the Fabulous Moolah's name in that conversation, even though it's not popular to say. Um, yeah, so I mean, it's we just had seen Charlotte do everything, and it's like, well, what's left for Charlotte to do? And it's be a likable, lovable character alongside her buddy, her new buddy, Alexa Bliss, and we have loved it.
Yeah.
It's been enjoyable, and not that I don't want to see it end. We don't want to see it end. I'm not saying that, but if we're afraid that there's going to be a team end amongst any of those teams that we just mentioned, I do feel and fear that it is Charlotte and Alexa.
Yeah.
And like I said previously about other things, I hope I'm wrong. So moving on from that, let's see. We touched on for speaking of SmackDown. I cannot believe Drew McIntyre won the WWE Championship on SmackDown
Yeah.
in Germany
Yeah.
from Cody Rhodes.
Man.
I could not believe Jacob Fatu returned. And once he did return and get in the cage in the third level of hell in that three stages of hell match, and clearly Drew McIntyre attacked him and put him out months ago. Now Jacob Fatu is back. He goes in there, attacks Drew McIntyre. Why in the world does Cody Rhodes come up and be like, "Hey, Jacob," or and then Jacob goes after Cody? What what the heck happened there? And then Drew slides out the cage door and wins the WWE title.
Yeah, I
Take the
didn't
help, Cody. Like what the
understand.
heck?
Yeah, because it's not like there was a disqualification. So why was he mad that Fatu showed up? Because Drew was walking out of the cage
He was like, "Hey,"
before he showed up.
and Fatu
So
was like, "Oh, you want some too? Here you go." Like no reason for that. So why did it happen?
that's the question.
Uh, are we going to get that answered? Is it what's the why? Why?
I definitely am curious
Why,
to see
Cody?
where that
Why?
goes because I don't get Cody's anger about it because to me I'm like Cody, get out of the cage.
Take the help.
Like he's beating the dog out of Drew.
True that.
Like
True that.
climb out, get out the door, like
Yeah.
go. Like
Get on back to your bus.
but instead he gets aggressive with Fatu and Fatu ain't taking it
No,
because he has no affiliation with either of them, you
no,
know.
no.
He's just out for revenge. You put your hands on him, he's gonna bite back.
He's all gas, no brakes.
Yeah.
He's
And
gonna run you over if you go
yeah,
after him. No matter who you are, you could be Drew McIntyre or Santa Claus. He's
yeah.
gonna react the same way. So I mean,
But I will say this a couple things. First of all, my, I guess we'll say, beef with these kind of matches, like, I liked it, like the three stages of hell, whatever. My only beef with matches like that, or like the 2 out of 3 falls or whatever, is it's going three.
yes,
You know what I'm saying?
that's
Like,
fine.
and it is, but it's just like, I don't know. Let's just get to the third at that point. You know
We'd
what I'm
be
saying?
disappointed if it didn't go three. Quite frankly,
Right,
has there ever been a three stages of hell match that didn't go through the third?
right, right.
There might have been one. That it can't be more than one.
Yeah.
But I can't. For the most part, I remember. And there have only been what they say 12
Mhm.
three stages of hell matches in WWE history. I can't remember one that didn't go all three. I
But
remember Austin Triple H. I remember Triple H, Shawn Michaels. I remember Cena Ryback. I mean, to your point,
seen
yeah.
the Ryback, boy, there's one.
Yep, yep.
But But I gotta say this, man. Like, I'm happy that Drew got a moment
Yeah,
in front of a live crowd.
yeah,
Like, because I remember the COVID year, WrestleMania. I was on the Drew train, man. I was so pumped. COVID happened. Still glad he won it, but it was just like, man, how bad does it suck to finally get your moment and it's empty?
yeah. It's in
Like
an empty
it,
PC. PC.
it just that was a little disheartening. So I'm glad he got his moment. I think it's cool that it happened overseas. Like
Yeah,
I would like to have seen it at like the Royal Rumble or something big, but happy for him. Happy that he got his championship, got it in front of a live crowd. I'm curious to see where they go with this title run. I don't want to see him run back Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, so I hope that we're on to something bigger and better. And I hope the Fatu angle is where we're going, because I think those two could put on a crazy match.
yep, for sure. Yeah, and not to say that I'm not thrilled for Drew McIntyre. I was. I'm glad. Drew McIntyre has long deserved to be WWE champion. He did carry us through the pandemic era. He really, really did. And despite his attitude, his antics, whether he's a fan favorite, whether he's a bad guy, um, not to, I don't want to sound like I'm mad or disappointed that Drew McIntyre is our WWE champion. I am not. He definitely does deserve it and has long deserved it. So good for that. But it's just like, Cody, what were you thinking? Just that Jacob, just it's like the dog under the table in Christmas Vacation. Like Jacob Fatu's in there. It's best to just let him finish. And you didn't, and it bit you. I don't know what else to say about that.
Well, not only am I happy for Drew, but honestly, man, I've been so tired of the Cody reign. I don't know, man. It's just been boring to me. I know there are Cody lovers. I'm not a Cody hater. Like I'm not, even though you took it from my boy Roman. I'm not a Cody hater. I don't know, man. It's like the same cheesy superhero lines week in and week out. To me, like all his stuff in the ring is just so I don't know. It's hard to take him serious with the bleach blonde hair and the big ugly tattoo on the neck. Like it's like he's very confused as to who he is. I don't care for him. I don't care for him.
Well,
I've liked that he's had a little more attitude and stuff the past few weeks. Like I have liked that. But I don't know, man. I just all his promos have all sounded the same to me. And I know we kind of went through this with Sammy last week on the show, but I don't know, man. I'm bored of Cody.
I'm not, and I don't know what the word you're talking about. This is where we're gonna butt heads. This
Yeah.
is where we're. I, Cody knows exactly who he is. This is who he's arrived at. Who
Yeah.
this is? Are you kidding me? He knows fully well who he is. He's QB1.
He ain't
He,
my QB1.
he's my QB1, and you can like you can like quarterbacks. You can like other quarterbacks alongside your other quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So you can like Cody. You can like Roman. You can like um, you can like Coke and Pepsi. That's a thing. Um,
I'm one of
I
those
don't.
people,
I
but
don't. I don't. I like Coke and I like Mountain Dew and I like you know other I like competing things that are opposite of each other, but they're the same thing, but they're competing against each other. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I like Lay's potato chips. I like Ruffles too. I think they're the same thing. That's probably a bad example. Anyways, what I'm saying is you can like both. It's
I
okay.
got you. I got you.
No one can tell you who to like and who to hate. Um, it,
And
it's okay.
I don't hate Cody. I just felt like I don't know. I felt like his reign had gotten kind of stale. But I have this thing about all the championships right now though, where like Jay Cargill, for example, has she defended that thing yet? Like has she defended the title? I'm it's boring watching these champions never defend the titles. And I mean, I know Roman was the same. Like he didn't have a bunch of defenses. Every time Brock touched it, he defended it, what, 3 times a year. Like I like to see them defended. I get that they don't need to defend them every week on Raw or SmackDown. I'm not suggesting that, but we're getting to where even these premium live events titles aren't even being defended anymore. My God, there was a night of champions. I can't remember if it was last year's or the year before's, and some of the championships didn't even get defended.
Right.
I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but think of how many championships there are in WWE right now.
Right.
You don't think of like, oh, we can't have this title because we don't have enough time for Night of Champions for that to be defended, pal. Uh, we want the championships regardless of like there deserves to be an Intercontinental Championship for the women and a United States Championship for the women as well, and tag team championships and two different the WWE Championship, the World Championship. Those all deserve to be things. Same with the men. I mean, if you want to count all the NXT championships as well, that's I mean rough math in my head. There's got to be like it's in the teens how many championships we have. We can't fit all those onto one card.
You know, you did
I
a
just
little
can't.
you did a little
Yeah,
pitch while ago, and I've got an idea. I would love to see this just because I would like to see because I'm a numbers guy. I'd love to see how the numbers stack up. I'd love to see a two knot PLE, one knot just women in their championships, the other knot just men, and I would love to see the numbers, how they stack up against each other as far as like ratings and everything. Just for the sake of curiosity.
hmm,
I just think that'd be interesting to see. So do a two not of champions, one not women, one not men,
I like that.
and just see what happens.
I like that.
Because I would like. I mean, I'm going to watch both, and
Yeah,
I'm sure tons of people will.
yeah, yeah,
But I would be curious to see if the numbers are close, or if one
yeah.
outweighs the others by a wide margin. It'd just be an interesting experiment,
It would be interesting.
you know.
It would. It would.
But right now this is what we've got. We've got Drew as champion. I like it. I'm curious to see where it goes. I was wondering what they were going to do with Fatu when he came back, because he's not with Solo. He's not tied to, Jimmy J, Roman. So I was wondering kind of what direction they're going to lead him. Looks like he's going to be on the main stage. Opens up a ton of questions coming into Royal Rumble time and the road to WrestleMania because I feel like there's plenty of guys that have earned a spot to compete for one of those titles. I mean, obviously Bron Breakker's a deal, and we're going to get into him shortly. Um, but I mean, you got LA Knott, who I'm guessing is going to come back around Rumble time,
If not
um,
sooner.
if not sooner. Yeah, but you got Orton, who's made it clear he's interested in a world championship again. You've even got Matt Cardona, who said he came back to win a world championship. I don't know how if that's something that was in the negotiations there. I would like to see him carry one of them. I'm a Matt Cardona
Absolutely.
guy. I'm a
Absolutely.
big fan of him. But you've got so many people that are worthy of competing. Seth Rollins is going to come back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you've got all these people that are worthy of competing for that top prize. Which you've got two of them. You've got two of them, but man, that's a lot of people. So you get into Royal Rumble time, there's so many different ways they can go, which
Great,
makes it great. Which
great,
makes it great.
great problem to have.
Oh, 100%.
Thickness, thick roster, thick talent. Just everybody, everywhere, and everybody's legit.
Yeah.
It's incredible. The roster's never been like this before, ever. Um, I'll make one more pitch. This is three pitches. This one episode. I expected to make one. I'm gonna make a third one. We've got
We're going to
so
title this one The Pitch.
pitch is.
Pitch is, yeah.
We've got so much talent in the WWE right now across Raw, SmackDown, NXT. I'm not even counting NXT when I say
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
but there is so much talent, and some we don't see as much, but we ought to. And gosh, we have WWE Evolve now on Tubi. We have the WWE ID program where they've reached into the independent scene and they're helping, you know, form contracts with certain independent wrestlers and helping them financially and with their goal of eventually making it to the WWE, which is unprecedented and ingenious and I wish it was around 20, 30 years ago. We also have the WWE NIL, the Next in Line program, where they're reaching into college athletes that maybe don't have a path, beyond college or somewhere to go in their chosen sport because there's not a professional sport, for that or, but they want to continue being athletic and you know, eh, just being that kind of a person once school is done. WWE's there, and so much talent now, so much talent coming in. I think there's room for a third brand alongside Raw and SmackDown. I don't mean NXT. I certainly do not mean WWE ECW from 20 years ago. No, absolutely not. Everybody was disappointed with that. Way beyond disappointed with that. It wasn't ECW. It was WWE ECW, and it just wasn't right. So here's my pitch for a third brand, and people kind of clamored for this a year ago when Raw was coming to Netflix, and I think it's a great idea. Bring back a third brand, Nitro. And with that, I don't know if you bring back the WCW branded titles or if you just, I don't know what you do championship wise with it, but I feel like Nitro as a brand would sell. I think it's legit. Um,
What's a name that at least people in our generation it would resonate with?
it still does today.
Yeah.
There's Monday Night War figures hanging up here somewhere, that you can buy
Yeah.
out on Walmart shelves
Oh
to
yeah.
this very day. It continues to sell 30 years. The Monday Night War began over 30 years ago. It
That's
was 30
crazy.
years
That's
ago
crazy.
this past fall, September of 95 was when the first episode of Nitro hit the air. It's been over 30 years. We're still selling stuff from it. People still talk about it. It's still popular. Bring back a third brand, bring back Nitro, and let's bring it into today, with fresh talent of today, and let's go for it. And that gives that talent enough room and a chance to show off what they can do, to shine, to get themselves over, put themselves on the map, and for us as fans to see them.
Well, it's like you said, WWE's got enough superstars, and there's plenty of people out there like you and me that honestly, if there was a program on every single night, we would watch it every single night.
Plenty,
Like eh, I don't
plenty.
I don't miss a Raw. I don't miss a SmackDown. Now I haven't got into NXT as much as you have. It seems like every time I think about getting into it, the people get called up and I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm just going to watch this now." But I do want to get more into that and focus and pay more attention on that. But I mean, as far as like a main brand, a Raw, a SmackDown, if you came out with a third one, I would watch it. I would watch it every week.
There's plenty of room for it.
I'd love to see it on Tuesday nights, except that's when we record, so we'd probably have to adjust our schedule. But
I would like to see Nitro on Wednesday nights.
Wednesday night.
There's an inside thing there where, a certain, you know, president CEO of a certain elite company was bragging about how his show surpassed Nitro as far as number of episodes. Wouldn't it be something if
Oh
Nitro came
yeah.
back on Wednesday nights and,
Well, and that would be
that's
cool
there?
too
I'm just
because
saying.
you would have Raw Monday, NXT Tuesday, Nitro or whatever program on Wednesday. You'd have Thursday with nothing, and then Friday night SmackDown.
And it wouldn't
That
matter what
way,
night it's on. We'll
no,
watch it anyway.
no,
We'll
we're gonna
figure it
watch it.
out.
We're gonna watch
You
it.
know, um, we just don't want it competing with.
Which you've already got NXT on Tuesday, so it
Yeah,
it need to be a Wednesday or Thursday
yeah,
thing. So you could either go Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. I mean, either way you can. Or you can move SmackDown to Thursday and just go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because then if you got PLEs on Saturday, you've got that day in between.
yeah,
Someone from WWE freaking listen to us, man.
yeah. I've
We
got a
got
lot of
gold over
ideas.
here, man. We got gold over here. We're just trying to help y'all
I've
out
had
as if
ideas
y'all need our help.
for decades, and no stopping. So
So, speaking of Raw, and I mentioned earlier we're going to get into Bron Breakker. Let's talk about Raw last night. Um, Bron Breakker, man, after he lost,
he's an emotional guy.
after he lost to Punk, we knew there was going to be some emotion.
Yep.
You knew something was going to happen. I'm gonna go on record as saying I like Bron Breakker when I don't have to hear his voice. His voice does not match him. It drives me freaking crazy. Like I can't stand to hear him talk. If he never touched the mic, I would be a huge Bron Breakker fan. But and this weird little neck thing that he does all the time, like bro, just freaking chill with all that. Like you can be crazy and be, like intimidating without doing the weird neck jerks, looking like you're like, fiending for your next fix or something. Like I don't need all that. It's a little over the top for me, but we knew he was going to have an emotional outburst. We knew we were going to get some sort of emotional reaction. I genuinely thought he broke Dragon Lee in half. Like that looked like it hurt so bad. Like I would not want to be on the other end of one of those.
I can't believe I Show Speed is still alive today.
Bro, that was
That's the greatest
disgusting.
spear of all
That
time.
was disgusting. Well, last night's was right up there with it because that it folded him in half.
Yeah,
Like they
as they should,
usually you see him
as they
kind of
should.
well, usually you see him kind of jump back and he kind of falls to the side. Bro, it looked like he hit that one square right there.
He came from 100 yards back. It looked like. I mean, he came all the way down 20
Oh
miles an hour,
man,
and right in the midsection of Dragon Lee.
bro.
I do disagree with you on the Braun Breaker characteristics you just
And
mentioned.
that's all right.
Well, I'll explain why. You know, we ain't gonna fight about it. I'm just gonna explain why. Um,
Tell me why you're wrong.
when
I'm
he
just like,
when he talks on the mic and he talks like just kind of normally and just talks like it almost comes off like he doesn't need to get all worked up and like yell at you and
yeah,
scream at you in the camera, and that is scary.
yeah.
That's kind of how it comes off to me. And when he does the neck jerk thing, and I don't want to hurt myself doing it, but
I'm too old to
I don't,
really
there's
do
no telling
that
how
now.
that looked when I just did it, but when he does it, I think it looks pretty cool. It's his thing.
Yeah,
We loved it when D'Lo Brown did the look like a human bobblehead
you loved it.
back
I
in the
hated it.
day.
I hated
Oh, you're
D'Lo
the only
Brown.
one.
I hated D'Lo Brown. Oh my god, I hated D'Lo Brown.
Oh my gosh,
Gosh.
D'Lo Brown is one of the most underrated superstars ever. He himself said recently that he does think he deserves Hall of Fame recognition. I disagree, D'Lo. You deserve Hall of Fame recognition.
Oh, his work with, I mean, not just with the Nation of Domination, but that faction was amazing. I love the Nation of Domination.
One of the greatest European champions. D'Lo, you are sorely underrated. You deserve Hall of Fame recognition, my friend. You do, sir. You are. Everybody remembers you. Everybody loved you. Yes. Like if you came back today, if you were like a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble, fourth pitch this episode, if you were a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble, we would go nuts and we would all be doing like doing the. Oh, I knocked your Roman over, but we would be doing that.
Acknowledge him.
I got no problem acknowledging my travel chief. I have the same shirt that he's wearing, that figure is wearing, as a matter of fact. It's the white bloodline shirt. Uh, but no. So when Braun Breaker does the neck jerk thing, it doesn't remind me of D'Lo. I mean, they're two completely different things.
Yeah.
D'Lo's was more comedic. Um, Braun Breaker is an entity unto himself, and we're literally only scratching the surface. Dude's young. He's really
He
young,
is young.
and he's really new, but you couldn't tell. He just has it.
He he
He's a
he does
Steiner.
have that it. He does have that it, and he is going to be a multi-time champion
He's a Steiner.
without a
He's going to
doubt.
go far.
Yeah.
The Steiner brothers were way ahead of their time, if you ask me. Both of them. Individually, Rick and Scott. Scott won a world title. He was WCW champion. You know, he never won anything like that in WWE. And Rick, I remember Rick having a shot against Lex Luger for the WCW title, and like Rick would belly to belly Lex Luger and pin him 1, 2, 3, but it would be like an official match. It would just be like after Lex had a match just to show that I could pin you. And I was like, yeah, that could actually legitimately happen. I never did, but Rick and Scott were way ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker is right at his time, and his time is still forthcoming. So I'm excited to see what Braun Breaker does and where he goes from here. Um, it's only a matter of time. Um, if you're CM Punk or any world champion on any brand in WWE, if Braun Breaker is within 100 yards of you and your title, clinch it and clinch it tight.
You think he wins the Rumble?
He could if he gets unsuspended. Uh, Adam Pearce was suspended him indefinitely on Raw for going ballistic. Adam Pearce himself went ballistic,
Yeah.
which caused Bron Breakker to go further ballistic, which led to the suspension. There should be some repercussions come down on Adam Pearce, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Adam Pearce was the one that turned Braun around and put his hands on him first, just like Paul Heyman said. So maybe because of that, maybe the suspension gets lifted, but sometime between now and Rumble time,
Yeah.
I think
That's kind of what I think will
I
happen.
think if that happens, Braun Breaker is a pretty prime candidate to win the Royal Rumble match, regardless of what number he enters, if that does happen.
Roman still gets my vote,
And
but
If Roman competes in it, Roman also is there too. We don't know. Nobody's really officially declared themselves for the Royal Rumble match. Um,
it's kind of crazy that we're mid-January and it's really not being talked about.
except for Sami Zayn. Sami
Yeah.
Zayn has. So he deserves it. I don't care what anybody else says. He does.
He can go fight for the Intercontinental title.
I have long booked for a WrestleMania to happen where it's him and KO both holding each world championship, and you know the confetti and the the brouhaha flying around. That would be everybody would. I think everybody would love that. They would be very well deserved to have that happen for them. But um, we're not. I thought we talk like the Royal Rumble's like weeks away. It's like what, 3 weeks away?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Saturday Night's main events in two. If I'm not mistaken, I think the next weekend is the Royal Rumble.
I'm
If I'm
pretty
not
sure that's
mistaken,
where it falls.
without looking at a calendar here directly in front of
Because
me.
it's usually, isn't it usually like the last weekend in January?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, and it may be that first Saturday in February this year, but still, I mean, you're looking at 3 weeks.
We had it in February last year in
Yeah.
Indianapolis, and that was like way far out. We waited a little bit
Yeah.
longer for it, which is okay. But
Yeah.
that's the only time it hasn't been at like toward the end of January.
But still, we're looking at 3 weeks out, and there's been very little mention of the Rumble. So I'm hoping, maybe this coming week they start kind of putting the pedal to the metal on that one.
The next few weeks should help the pieces of the Royal Rumble event itself
But I'll tell you
come
this
together.
though, I'm a big fan of not hearing everybody. I'm declaring for the Rumble. I'm declaring. Part of my love for the Rumble is not knowing who's in it.
I agree.
So I would rather them not do all these declarations and just when the horn hits, oh dang, he's in it. Oh, he's in it. Oh, he's in it. Oh, so what happens sometimes is you get later in the Rumble and you're like, well, wait, this person, and this person hasn't been out. So those three are three of the next
I
five
do that
people
every.
coming, and it's like, I don't know, you lose some of that shock value and surprise. And so
Yeah,
I prefer not knowing who's gonna be in it and just when the music hits, oh yeah, or oh my God, this idiot.
we agree on something. We agree. Yeah,
It
I like
happens
that.
sometimes.
I
It
like
happens
that. I
sometimes.
like that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not have anybody, declare themselves for the Royal Rumble match. Let's
Yeah.
not have, let's just kind of go into it. We know there's going to be 30 spots. We don't know who all is in it. When we have general ideas, I mean,
Yeah.
we will be shocked if like pretty much everybody from the mid card up is not there.
Yeah.
That isn't a champion. Um, but yeah, let's just go into it. Let's just watch it and have fun. We like surprises. We love to be surprised. So one of the
Absolutely.
best parts about the Royal Rumble match are the surprises. And
Yep.
if every spot's a surprise, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm not talking about if every spot is like a returning legend or a debut from NXT, but just, we're going to the Royal Rumble. We haven't heard that anybody's declared, obviously, except for Sami Zayn. Let's keep it that way. And maybe they are. Maybe they think like we are right now. Maybe they're
Yeah.
just like,
But like those like people like LA Knott, who's out hurt or whatever, like I'd rather not see them come back beforehand if they're going to be in the Rumble. I'd rather them just the music hit and be like, "Oh, yes, he's back,"
right?
Like
Right.
that's what I love. I love the shock factor, the surprise. Um, so hopefully we're going to get a lot of that. Hopefully maybe that's part of the strategy and not having a lot of Royal Rumble talk on the weekly programming, but we'll see. We'll see.
It's hard to do that without promoting the event. We
Right,
got to get the
right,
event over and promote
right,
the event. Uh,
right.
but yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. That'd be pretty cool.
So, well, guys, appreciate you guys tuning in to
One other thing.
episode 3. Oh, one other
One other
thing.
thing, real quick, before we sign off. Before we sign off, congratulations, TNA. Impact is hitting AMC this week, Thursday nights, live. It's not live every week, but TNA is on network television for the first time in well over a decade.
Wow.
Um, well, I say network television. I mean, it was on obviously TNA Plus, their own app.
Hmm.
It was on Access TV, which I didn't even know. And then before that, Destination America, whatever that is. Before that, I couldn't tell you. The last time they were on Spike was pretty much the last time I saw anything that they did, aside from, like Ultimate Deletion, like the Broken Hearties, that kind of stuff. Um, how many times did we count out TNA, and how many times have they been counted out themselves over the 20 plus years that they've been in existence, especially the last 10? Um, a lot of people thought that they just forgot they existed.
Yeah.
TNA / Impact Wrestling, and can't believe that they're still here. Glad that they are. They have really, really, really pulled the nose up. Um, in the last couple years, the partnership with WWE has helped exponentially with TNA, with the product overall, with their business. So them going to AMC every week with Impact, huge. Congratulations, TNA. Looking forward to watching it and staying on track with you. It's We're happy and excited for
Absolutely.
TNA.
Absolutely. Don't forget SmackDown coming up Friday. Unreal next week,
The 20th
season 2.
season
Unreal.
season
They've been
20th.
they've been showing some trailers and stuff for it. It looks amazing. A lot of cool storylines that they're going to go behind the scenes on. So if you like the behind the scenes stuff, check out WWE Unreal on Netflix on the 20th. I'm going to probably binge watch the whole thing the first night. Cannot wait. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Like always, we love comments, we love feedback. Let us know where we're right. Let us know where we're wrong. Let us know if you've got some ideas that you want to pitch or you want us to talk about on the show. Throw it in the comments. We'd love to hear it. If you think we're just complete idiots, let us know that too. You're not going to hurt our feelings. It don't bother us a bit.
Wouldn't be the first time.
If y'all notice, we didn't have a black curtain today. We told you we've got a plan. We've got a plan. It's just going to take a little time. So just a little piece by piece. We're getting there. But we appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. Until next time.
Buy a mug.
4 letters, 1 word. Stop.